Hey. Hey, everybody. All right, this is just a third-party presentation, so it's not nearly as structured as before. And there should be 0 expectations on this one. And if you have any, you need to lower them. All right, look at this. OK, ohnosoft. We make a few Clarion tools for Clarion developers from time to time. That's our whole business model, to once in a while put something together and put it out there. So let's see. I don't remember this slideshow. I put it together last night. I don't remember what's on it. So let's see. And are there any questions? I thought I'd front load the questions instead of doing it at the end. I'll do it at the beginning. So see, Tuss isn't even here for me to see if he has any questions. Did you have a question? What? You have questions right already? Yeah. Okay.
It's a general question.
I wasn't
This is a general.
Any questions?
Any. It's true. Any one you want.
What should you use in any?
I didn't say I'd answer the questions.
Any question about any stuff? Was it any question about any question?
It just says any questions.
Okay.
That's what it
Then
says.
It's
You can interpret it yourself. What?
Is there an alternative to opening up a .message file other than Outlook?
I have no idea. That was a good question, though. Excellent question. All right, good. So we're dispensed with the questions and no more questions. That's my cat. There's my cat. There's a quick tip. Cats are entertained by laser pointers. Okay? So we got, that's true. Bruce, how much time do I have left?
At least an hour and a half, John. I gave you all of Marco's time that you
All right. Well, it's a stretch. Classify it. All right. So we're going to talk about products that appear from time to time from the ohnosoft labs. Classify.It has been around for a little bit of time and is available right now for a limited time for just $25 from www.ohnosoft.com. And Bruce always says, you don't have to say the www, but I say, yes, I do. And so I do. I think we're going to talk about that, Classify.It thing. So what's happening? Who's aware of what Classify.It is? Raise your hand. I'll see how much explanation I have to go. Who's never heard of Classify.It? And okay, who could care less about the whole thing? Could not care less about the whole thing. Anyway, okay, well, there's some interest. All right. So Classify.It, it's a program that lets you look at classes. It's a class viewer. And we're going to run it, I believe. Ultimate Class Creator, yeah, I think this will run. But where is it? Where did it go? Is it there? There it is. OK. You can see I'm well prepared for this one. Look at that. It's got a nice splash screen. And here it comes. So I'm going to make it full size, but we will zoom in, because you can see how tiny this stuff is over here. It's super tiny. But let's talk about how this looks first, just in general. This is using Niantic products for the design. And so it's very non-Clarion-y, but it's kind of I think it's a more modern design for a product, I guess. It uses docking paintings, and you can move things around like people expect nowadays. The menuing is simplified, and I moved the menu. The menu used to be at the top. There's a version of Classify.It out right now. It's got a ribbon bar at the top. I'm changing this a lot. This is very much in development at the moment, so we're not going to see, some stuff works and some stuff doesn't. But anyway, I moved the menu off of here down to here because I'm thinking we really want to see as much class as possible, right? You were looking at classes, you want to see as much as you can. So this is kind of the design I've settled on. I also made some changes. I'll zoom in here. There we go. So this is a list of your classes, and they're all in groups. And I made some changes on how these are viewed by adding a separate list of the properties and methods. So when you click on a class, you see all the properties and methods that are in that class. And then when you click on a method, on the right side, it goes right to that section of the class that you want to look at. So it's really nice for just not only investigating classes, it's not really designed to edit classes, but you can edit classes because you don't get the, where it fills in your stuff, whatever. Code completion, you don't get that. All right, so let's look at these groups. You can group them in different ways. I started out with the product where it would group them by your Clarion version, because each Clarion version might use different classes. And so you want to kind of keep track of that. So in this case, we're looking at this version of Clarion. And if I drop it down, there's all the folders that my classes are in. This is where I store mine that I've written, and these, of course, the standard Clarion classes are here, and these are third-party classes. If we click on, we can look at, I don't even know which one to look at. Look at that one. Actually, let's look at this one. These are the ones that Soft Velocity has written. Okay, so there's a whole bunch here. Now, let's scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. First of all, just to use it as a viewer, it was interesting to me to just look at how things are named and grouped, and there's a lot of stuff with underscores in there, and I don't know why. Well, these are all interfaces, so that lets you know what are interfaces, and these are actual classes. Okay, now I will tell you that if I click on one of these classes, it may or may not GPF. I have no idea. I know some classes GPF and some don't, so we'll see. Let's find something interesting. I don't even know what do you want to look at? Look at something. There's an ABC class, right, Bruce? AB browse. All right, let's see if we can find that. I got to go big on this for a second. I don't think not even seeing it. Here's ADO blob. There you go. We looked at one. It didn't GPF, and that's always a bonus. It did GPF. There it goes. All right, I told you it would. But a demo is not a demo unless you GPF. So this is indeed a demo. Let me find a class that doesn't GPF, and then we'll go from there. Otherwise, it's kind of just like you're working at your home.
String theory.
Do you think string theory will GPF?
Well, string theory won't GPF.
String theory itself will not GPF. You're right. All right, let's look here. I know it's tiny. Give me just a second. One of the things I need to add is so you can just type ST whatever and it'll find it, but I don't have that put in here yet. But I do want to show you some cool things, so bear with me. Look at this long list of stuff. Holy mackerel, there's a lot of things. String class. Nope. Keep going. There it is. All right, you ready to cross your fingers. You were right, Bruce. It did not crash.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. All right, so it's tiny now. I'll zoom in just a second, but you can see on the left panel is your INC, your INC file. And on the right side is your CLW. And they're matched up. So if I go down here, I can zoom, I think. So there's all of your properties. And if I go down here to the methods, there we go. So if I double click here, on the right side, it will go right to where that is, which is, I don't know, down here. There it is. There it is. So you can double click on any of the methods and then see what that method does on the right side. And I think that's kind of neat. Double click, there it is. There's format message there. So that as a viewer, I really like this as a viewer, because if you're just learning classes or you want to see what's going on, I've been using this a lot with Noyanta stuff, because I want to find out what Andy's doing in a particular class. And so I just load this up and then double click, and I can see right away what that class is doing. And then I go back and I do what I need to do. Okay? So that's a pretty cool thing. The other thing about this is I think the find is really good on this. And so we're tiny right now, but I'll shrink it here. So I highlighted NUMCHARS. I don't know how many times it's in here, but if you press Control F, it instantly finds everywhere where num characters is. There it is, there. And if you click on the line, then on the right side, see these are all in the CLW, then it goes to the right side and finds it over here. Or it should. This may or may not be working correctly. I feel like it's not quite finding. Oh, here we go. Right at the top. Yep, there you go. And it puts little, they're not bookmarks. I don't know what they are. Are they bookmarks? Okay. And this will go from bookmark to bookmark. But I worked hard on the search, and I'm quite pleased with it. And then it shows you where it is in the ink files, and I'm not sure quite what's going on here. So anyway, that's a pretty cool search. It's a better search than we've got in Clarion, is what I'm thinking. All right, so it does all that stuff, and you can get around and do all sorts of things. One thing that I put in there at one point is multiple tabs. So you could have multiple, this is a tab up here, right? And you might have more that would show you more classes at a time. But I'm having difficulty getting it to work as quickly as I would like. So I yanked it out for today, but it might well make a return. How's my time now, Bruce?
10 minutes.
I have 10 minutes left. Excellent. All right, I do want to show one thing because I've been working on the class creator. We will zoom in. So for those, how many people write classes? Okay, I guess I should ask that. All right, maybe 1/8, an 1/8 of the people here. How many people would like to write classes? All right. How many people, oh, you'd like to write one? We'll talk later.
Okay.
I think I can help you, Mike. How many people who would like to write classes know how to write a class or know how to structure it with the INC and the CLW and what to put in there? Just one, okay. Because there's a way to do it, right? There's things you have to put in the INC file, there's things you have to put in the CLW file. This will write all that stuff for you, so you can start putting in the procedures and everything in your class like within seconds. Okay, it'll create the INC file for you, it creates the CLW file for you. It'll copy them to where you want it to go, and then you're ready to start using it. And it will even open it up in Clarion for you. So we'll call this CIDC 2020 test class. All right, so that's the name of your class. So we have what are called models, which took quite a lot of discussion to get that name the way Mike wanted it. And you have different models that you can use. So this is going to be a little advanced because I wanted to show it to Bruce, but you can derive methods from other classes and put them into your class. This does the deriving part for you, so it makes it really fast for you to start deriving stuff and moving it over. So some of you know what that means when I say that. Some of you have no idea. I know I had no idea, years ago, but now I kind of do. So I'm going to derive it just to show that I think this is working. So we'll see if it really is working. And I want to put this in my test classes. So these are groups, again, that we just defined, and it defaults. You can put in a default folder where it's going to go. So that's what this is. It's going to go into this test classes folder. When I create it, oops, I scrolled, sorry. There we go. Okay, so it's going to go there. And then it says open class and text editor after creating. In the setup, you tell it what text editor you want to use, and then it will use it. Okay. This part we're going to skip over, but you can actually pre-define your methods before it's created. So you can type, I know I'm going to have a method that does that. You do this, Mike. You kind of prototype it ahead of time. I'm not talking, no, you would do it here. You would do it here, and then you're done. So this is just kind of, I want a method that does this and this and this. I don't know what the code's going to be yet, but I know I'm going to make these calls. Sure. So you would put them in there. Let's look at the derive part. All right, so the derive part, let me zoom back out a little bit. I've highlighted string theory, so I'm going to be deriving something from string theory out of here. Go back in. And what this is listing is everything with a virtual in it. So every one of these methods can be derived because they have virtual after them. And Bruce puts virtual after everything. So you can derive anything out of here.
Look for the word derive as well.
Can you derive a derive? I don't know. So I should look for drives too? Okay. I was going to give some options over here, so I wasn't aware of that one. But I'll have it so you can say I want to look at only virtuals, only derives, virtuals and derives, and everything. That'll give you a chance, because apparently you can derive any class, even if it doesn't have virtual or derived.
Yeah,
That's
you
what,
can,
that's
but
what
then
Dries,
it's an
that's what Dries told me.
override.
Dries isn't even here. I don't even see him. We had an argument about it, and we were both right. All right, let's put some stuff in. We'll put adjust length in, and ANSI to UTF-16. I want to derive those.
Old choices.
They are, aren't they? We'll find out.
Clearly obvious ones.
I know, I don't know. But we're going to pick those, all right? I'm going to include the code out of those methods into my class. So I just might want to tweak what he's already done just a little bit. And there's no more of this copy and paste and stuff. And I'm going to include the call to the parent in the derived class. Okay? So everybody who drives things should be liking this, I would hope. All right, we're going to create the class. I'm going to zoom back out, and we create it. There's done. Your class has been created. Now it's supposed to run Clarion. Now the thing here is, if you have multiple Clarions open, you got no idea where this is going to end up, because it just randomly will choose it. So let's look at our Clarions and see where it is. So here's a Clarion. Did it end up there? Nope. Here's one. Nope. Here's one. Nope. Here's one. Didn't end up in any of them. Oh, that's
One
wrong.
to the left. Go farther.
Do where?
Left. Other left. Keep going. All the way left.
One from the.
Oh, this one.
Keep going.
Okay,
There it is. Found it. Yep. Good job, Bruce. I didn't even see it as I went by it. All right. So you can see it's created an inc and a CLW for you, and it put it in the folder. Oops, let me zoom. Yep. There's a zoom. How much time, Bruce? Mine shows 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes now.
Okay. I had 10 minutes before.
No one to change that. So,
All right.
missing an include directive here.
You would be right. You'd be right. That's good. Okay, so I missed one. Yep. Okay, I'll take care of that, Mike. Thanks. Yeah, so anyway, so here's the procedure part. Here's the procedures. This is what we derived right here. And it put the derived on the end of it for us. Is this right? Virtual and derived? Just get rid of the virtual, right?
Well, skip the
Yep.
virtual.
Yeah. This is, again, work in progress.
Maybe the compiler wouldn't complain.
I don't know. You're right, though. This should not be here, so. I know I'm close on this deriving thing, but I don't think I'm 100% yet. Let's look at the CLW itself. I think this one, if we're lucky, worked okay. Inits, kill. All right, there you go. So there's adjust length, and here it pulled the code in for you. And then below that is the ANSI to UTF, and it pulled the code in for you. So you're ready to make your changes, and then off you go. So am I close? I am close. I got the inc, and I got the get rid of the virtuals. So that's good. I worked on that, of course, a long time. Let's see if there's anything else here.
Why is it putting all that code in the?
Because I checked the box that said include the code.
Oh, the code, the original code.
Its original code is coming in
Oh,
here.
there's an omit directive there, is there?
I don't think so.
No, oh, that's right, it's just a comment.
This down here? Yeah, it brings in everything that's in that method that you told to drive. Brings it over. All right, so that wasn't too bad. I think that might, because of time, that might be all we get to show. You can add debug to your classes in a really quick and easy way. It'll put Ultimate Debug in there automatically for you. You can debug certain methods that you tag. And then when you're done, it will remove all the debugs out of your class for you. So that's just a time saver for debugging. You can add comments. I'll probably do a Friday webinar on this once it's ready for release, but the comments are really cool. And then it has properties and that. And it's only $25. Now, Bruce wants me to raise the price. And I'm thinking $5,000 per copy because I want to live in New York. And so if I just sold one a month, I could live in New York. So grab it while you can for $25. All right, let's look at what else we got. Shrink it, and back to here. I think that's a fair price. Update it. Ironically, this product needs an update. So you have your basket full of irony right here. So update it. How many people are familiar with update it? I might as well ask that one. Alan is. Yeah, Andy is. Just a few people. Yeah. I'm gonna ask, can we give a mic to Alan to talk about Update It, because he really likes it, and so we'll look at an actual user and hear his comments.
Right now?
Right now.
Oh, right now.
I'm not even gonna show it on the screen.
Oh.
You're just gonna
Well,
do it.
one of the
I'll
thing-
load it up while you're talking. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
One of the advantages of Updated is you put, well, for me, you put your password in once for each product.
What does it even do?
What does it do?
What is update?
Updated will go out, and if there's any available updates, it'll go out there and automatically notify you.
Updates of what?
Clarion templates.
There we go.
Yes.
I guess I could have introduced it a little better.
That would help.
All right, I'll do that part for you, Alan. You don't have to do this part. So, okay, yeah, that's what it does. It goes out, it works mostly with CapeSoft products right now, and almost with Noyantis products right now. Any vendor can actually use Update It, but they have to tell us they want to use it, and then each vendor has their own section where they can add products and tell you there's an update, and so it will alert you. But basically, when you want to update it, it will check our website to see what products are new. Bruce maintains, what would you call it?
RSS.
Yeah, but I don't use that. I use an API call.
Oh, there's no API.
Yeah, there's an API call where I can say what products are available from CapeSoft. And then I compare them with what we have. If it's a new version, it will go to Update It and say, hey, Update It will ask it, and then Update It says, oh, it's a new version, and then it will just download it for you. So you don't have to go to CapeSoft website and download stuff anymore. This kind of takes care of that for you. Then you put your password into there, and everything's silent installs. So if you wait, say, a couple weeks, you might have 6, 7 updates from CapeSoft. Now, if you're going to do that by hand, you would go out and download each one. Then you got to put in the keys for each one, because every time you got to put in the unencrypt key. So you got to find those, and put them in, and then you got to answer all the questions and go through it. So for 6 things, it might take you 15 minutes to install. Oh, I mean, 15 if you were just doing it by hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably 15 to
Yeah.
30 minutes at
Just
least.
the normal way you guys do updates. So Update It really takes care of all that stuff for you. You store the password and Update It, and then you tag which ones you want to update. It goes into a list. You click Update, and then it goes through, and about 2 minutes later, they're all done. So it's very fast to keep things up to date. And now you can talk about
If it- like John said, it just saves time. Just
saves time.
Very,
That's so
yeah.
good.
So, and then if you need to roll back to a previous version, you just go back, reinstall it, and it's done.
Yeah, that's
So-
the thing. It keeps, every time it downloads it, it puts it in a folder and keeps the versioning for you. So you could go back to any version of string theory that you needed to go back to. Once in a while, Bruce puts out something, very rarely, but there might be a small bug in string theory that kind of breaks some of your stuff. You might want to go, okay, it's breaking what I'm doing right now. Yeah, right, never happens. But say that did happen, then you could just roll right back to one
I think
before
you're
it, because
confusing
everything's
with Andy
organized.
stuff.
Use Andy's as an example? I've never seen Andy's break at all. Just never. Appreciate it. But Andy's, we're still working on Andy's to get it to do the silent install thing. But we, okay, version 6 sounds
Version
fine to me.
6 is
Because the
actually
problem,
will do it.
one thing with Andy's, it's the same as CapeSoft. He has a lot of templates that you have to download. And so if you want to keep everything up to date, you might have to download 12 things. But we want to make it so you just click a button and all those 12 things are updated immediately. We're running out of time. Update It is available as a subscription. But I don't remember how much it is. Do you remember how much it is? Mary and I are co-owners of ohnosoft, by the way. I didn't mention that, did I?
They're looking it up.
We're
While
looking up
Mary's
the
looking it
pricing.
up, are there any other questions for John?
Well, yeah. I got
About
one.
ohnosoft.
Thank you. $96 a year? Okay, yeah, so it's $96 a year. I think you can do it by the month, but it's, more. Yeah, just do an annual. Not very expensive. And there's even a little calculator that calculates how much money you save by using it, because you can put in, my time is so much an hour, and it takes me 5 minutes to install something. And so it'll calculate that out and compare it to how long it took you to do use update it. I've saved thousands of dollars, but not enough to move to New York. So just be aware that these prices are all going up to $5,000 a piece at some point. All right, we can wrap this up pretty quickly now. SQL Scripted, this is a product that we've had around for a while, but look, it's like a ghost. You don't even see it anymore. It's disappeared. It's not even on our website anymore. So I don't know if anyone ever used SQL Scripted or looked at it or remember when we talked about it. Nobody even knows about it. Okay, but I'll tell you, it's a very cool product, and it's coming back, but that's all I'm going to say about it. Sometime. It does I'll tell you what it does. Yeah, I'll tell you what it does. I'll take an extra minute. I don't care. I'm just doing it. If you're using SQL, MS SQL in particular, you're probably doing stored procedures and this and this and this. Eventually, you're going to have to update your clients because you've added more stored procedures or more any kind of script really to your database, and your customers have to have it, right? So they have to be updated. So you have to send them scripts out or whatever so they can be updated. SQL Scripted takes care of all that. You send out just one encrypted TPS file. It's got all of your scripts in it. It does all the versioning for you, and everybody's up to date. So that's kind of what that does. It does a bunch more stuff too, but we'll be quick. Oh, this is we went to Table Mountain. We were looking out at the view, and so I was pointing at something. I don't know exactly what. I might have leaned over a little too far because it's just. Yeah, I lived. I'm still here, but yeah, it was.
Needing to collect the insurance policy.
Oh, where'd that come from? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. This was part of a thing where I didn't want to talk about SQL Scripted, but whatever. Anyway, studies show your audience is more engaged if you stand up and walk around. So let me do that real quick. All right, got that one. It did work. Yeah. Yeah, you see the chart there too. Asleep 20%, not engaged 24%. Now I got 56% engaged. I'm not sure how that relates to this. We had Chinese food the other day. It was very nice. Bruce was there. You can see what we had. We all like that, right, Mike? Yeah, it was good. What was I talking about? Okay, we're skipping that. The end, we're done. Look at that. Thanks, everybody.